focus of the entire nation zooms in on a game like that. When it's a conference showdown, the stakes are even higher. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Hare Stadium. As we'll see, the defending national champions, the Utah Utes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Utes will put total leather and will get started. He'll bring it out. It's Kane. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Offense changing the play. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And you can tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
And I don't know how to explain that one. 4th down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on offense.
Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Utes! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, talk about playing complementary football. You get the sudden change, you get the turnover, and now you turn it into points immediately. Nice job by the defense forcing it, the offense taking advantage and putting points on the board.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So here comes the Auburn offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Quick completion on the out route. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you're going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, take everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
4th down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. Might be calling a hot route. On 4th down, looking for the completion. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Well, this defense looked pretty good last week. Of course, they had 2 sacks, and their coaching staff told us they really wanted to be able to build on that. Great news, they've already registered a sack here early in this game.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on the balls out behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it, be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Pulls it in. It's Coleman. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. It's great to spread the ball around and fool him, but if you've got a dude, feed him, and they are.
No doubt, Reese. That guy is a problem. I mean, you got a receiver that's so talented out wide, hard to cover. Go to him once, go to him twice. Shoot, let's go to him a 3rd time.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We're already in the 1st quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Got a man. It's Lacey. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
They just keep firing. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on 3rd. From the gun, wants to pass. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
On 4th down, looking to pass. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over. Give to the running back. Crosses the 45. At midfield, he's got room. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get them on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Quickly to the tight end. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds at the 34.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down on the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The play action fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
To the air, it's Simpson. Throws to the wideout. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys up, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And that one was way far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, you've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
The coach, a shot toward the end zone. He's got it. Got some room in into the goal line. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Direct snap. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. Got out of trouble and throws. With the catch, it's Kane. Turning it on. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. We've reached a break. It's Utah holding the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. So first down here as they go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
You can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
Wants to fire on second down. He fires one deep over the middle. Touchdown, Tiger! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Southern Miss is getting cooked right now at home, and it's all over but the crying. A lopsided affair with miscues and missed tackles. They're trailing by 17 to Georgia. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Grabbed over the middle. It's Green. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They'll snap it from the 39. First and 10. The lone back's got it. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, you know, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten West. That was the easier division. But now, it's just who are the best two teams out of all these teams, all these quality teams. So it's impressive that this team, David, has put themselves in position to play for the championship.
You ain't lying, especially in this conference. Let's be honest, the Big Ten and the SEC, they've separated themselves from everybody else. And so you're competing in this conference, middle of the season, you can finish strong. Now we're not just talking about conference championships. We're talking about where can we be in the playoff and how much damage we can do in the postseason.
Territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. On the option. Past the 40. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. To running room. Touchdown, Utes. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
And they tacked on the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs. And now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage. And you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency so this offense can find out exactly who they are and build it consistent.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Under fire. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make...
Picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing a turnover, big play, big momentum.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
And the Utes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Using the back as a receiver on the screen.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
On the ground, it's Parker.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
The Utes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways backfield. It's Green. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up and get some movement at the...
Oh, he's got some space. Inside the touchdown, Utah. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback making checks. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
Throwing on the run. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Off play action on first down. On the run, fires downfield. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
It's really nice to be a quarterback in today's football when running backs are basically wide receivers. Not only can you split them out, you keep them at running back, nothing open, I dump it to him. Look at that. He makes a big play for me.
Finds the tight end.
Man, tight ends in today's modern college. Are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him? Or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
And the Utes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking for a gap. It's Bray. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, this offense, they started the drive with great field position. They're being methodical here. They're not hitting the home run necessarily and scoring these big explosive touchdowns, but they're getting 3rd down.
Breaks into the open. He'll step out of bounds at the 11.
And the offense got away with one there. That was supposed to be a running back screen. Instead, the quarterback threw it somewhere else. And with all the offensive line running way down the field, they're lucky that wasn't a penalty.
Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Got it in the middle. It's Green. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Utes.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Kane. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Dropping back, it's Knight. Quickly complete. He's down at the 23-yard line. It's a first down, and they've got to show this urgency.
Man, a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Trying play action. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. On the run deep down the right side. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
He's going to run it. First down and more. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Looking deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Rides the back on the option, the give. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And we talked about this at half, man. They've got to start to pressure the quarterback more. This offense had a lot of success. You got to make this guy feel uncomfortable. And the first drive, out of the half, they do exactly that.
The Utes will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the returner will be brought down. So here comes the Auburn offense. Looking for a man. It's Knight. On the move to his left. Finds his man. It's Howard. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Looking downfield on first down. Unleashes one deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but they're not able to come away with the completion.
He might want another play. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
I think moving forward on third down, this offense is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive and try to throw it vertically. You start throwing the ball around the line of scrimmage against these guys, they've got way too much speed, and you saw it right there.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. With the catch, it's Coleman. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Flushed out of the pocket. Got some room, heading to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tiger.
And I love the decisiveness by the quarterback on that play. Nobody open downfield. I'm going to go get this myself. And I'm not just going to go get a first down. I'm taking this thing to the house.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk game. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays, too.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. On the direct snap, it's Anthony. There he goes. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
And what a great decision by the quarterback. Like, it's such a timing and an art when you run this option. Like, you want to get those guys to collapse on you like he does and get that pitch man open. And then you see now he has space to run down the field and make the big play.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. And the Utes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Caught in the backfield. It's Green. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
The Utes are moving quickly down the field. Running behind that left side. Nice move to pick up yardage. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. Red pass, it's complete. Touchdown, Utah! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
One final play before the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Got his man downfield. Turning it on. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off his 3rd period with a big play. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Back to throw, it's Knight. Floating away. He'll pull it down. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. Now on 1st down from the 28. To the air on 1st down. Rushes on him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating.
Going for it all. Touchdown, Auburn! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Good solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I can tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Really good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Second down coming up. Looking for room. It's Bray. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that was a big-time stop defensively. Being physical, creating a negative play on that last run. Now you're setting up third down. This is the critical time. You've got to find a way to get off the field. You're trailing late in the game. Give it back to your offense to go see if they can score.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Caught over the middle. It's Bray. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on fourth down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. If backups are on the field, they get an opportunity to run your playbook. So let him do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop it. And that's
throws toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Quarterback extends the play. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, first and goal. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from.
Touchdown, Tigers! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. can get a handle on it. Ball goes out of bounds on the onside kick attempt. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Offense working from the pistol. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Bray. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Off play action. Caught near the sticks. It's Bray. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. This win, guys, if they can finish it off behind this passing attack today, figures to vault them several notches up in the rankings and serve notice of what they're capable of.
It's funny, we're watching this one now, and some people may be surprised because of the numbers besides each of the team's names. By the end of the year, though, this may have been an obvious decision because of how well this team throws the football, David. They are electric through the air.
And listen, it's still early in the season, but you're proving your passing attack, and you're proving you've got an offense to be dealt with. And you're also putting this one on the schedule for the playoff committee to circle and say, there's a top 10 win. Please continue to rise me up the charts.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Utes. Quick strike through the air for the score. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback may change this route. Dropping back, it's Knight. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Catch in the middle, it's Lacey. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help it.